there's been a lot of talk about beauty trends and the rest.
Yeah.
And I know for sure that for a while now, there has been more inclusion in the fashion industry.
There has been.
Yes, especially regarding, and I think it became more pronounced by Fenty, Rihanna then, when she really did a lot of stuff using plus-size models and all. There used to be a time when the industry was all about skinny, don't have breakfast, don't have lunch. In fact, starve yourself to death kind of look. But now it's also accommodating people, the big, the small, the short, the tall, doesn't matter what you look like, because you're definitely representing somebody who is going to buy from that fashion line. And so, talking about inclusion, I wonder, what are your thoughts on it? Like, especially regarding the fashion industry, just how much it has metamorphosed to what it is now?
I mean, I feel a lot has actually changed, right? Actually, a worthy note is actually when Fenty released her lingerie line, where she actually, I love the way she went in on inclusion, because it was not only plus-sized ladies, she went with pregnant women, she went with albinos and people that have different skin coloration as well. And I think it was absolutely amazing. And she also did that when she even launched her makeup line as well, going from like really light skin tones to like extremely dark skin tones. And then, of course, she made a mark. And then even after that, yes, we've been seeing different types of models on the runway. However, in some markets, it has still been quite difficult to break through when it comes to plus size and all of that. So, Reese, I mean, September, we're literally quickly approaching fashion season. So there's actually a lot of auditions going on right now and all of that. And then talking about coming from someone that literally also has these auditions. I mean, I remember last year during the runway, we made an effort into putting like plus size models on the runway, and it was something that was actually very, very well accepted. Last year, fashion season as well, we had a lot of plus-size people on the runway. So I think there was a tweet that actually came out. And I think for me, it was actually more of the comments that actually picked my eye. Because not too long ago, again, as Miss Universe Nigeria, we had the whole Miss Quara being body shamed for literally being plus size and participating in a major pageant.
I was going there.
And all of that. And now she literally has a lot of endorsements and all of that, because a lot of people are literally commenting on her confidence and the way she carried herself, her poise and all of that. And she has like, I remember, I mean, also on Instagram yesterday, I know she's literally involved in a very, very recognized brand right now, doing some fashion shoots and doing things like that. So I think it's time people realize that, see, not only skinny people literally wear clothes, plus size people wear clothes as well.
It's amazing because who's a typical African woman? An African woman embodies boisterosity. You know, her confidence is in her voluptuous. I need to emphasize on it so that people understand that. Back in the day, men actually went for women who were plus size.
Let's go now. I have friends that
and the fattening room for Calabar women. I mean, before you can get married, you need to go in exactly. They need to tuck you up like a turkey that is being fed for Thanksgiving. That used to be, you know, the I wouldn't say standard. That used to be, you know, the embodiment or the identity or what, you know, what represents.
Don't you remember Fat Girls,
an
the
African
movie?
woman?
Where this guy
Monique.
with their fake Yoruba.
Do you get? You know, that, and then how those standards changed, you know, as a result of our influence, of how we have allowed the Western world influence how our standards or what we used to see, or beauty standards, or what we used to, you know, see as a woman, or how we used, you know, what represented a woman, how that changed over the years, you know, even with the advent of social media and all of its foreign influences. It's funny because it affected our minds in such a way that we did not even, it was drastic. And those beauty standards switched.
Pressure on a woman to lose belly fat. Hello, belly fat is part of you as a human being.
And then we also, in the cause of doing that, we forget that some of those chemicals, because now we have clinics that, you know,
Will suck
sort
it
of,
out for you.
yeah, not even
Do a
just suck
lot.
out. There are also chemicals that are being used to ensure to dissipate those belly fats. We forget, we're too in a rush to get those things that we forget the side effects or the implications or health implications these things could possibly even have on us. So it's a very, very broad conversation, to be honest. And I saw that Kwara State lady yesterday and I was in awe, to be honest. As a matter of fact, when I saw the auditions, I was really impressed. I was like, wow, baby girl, go for it. She was really audacious and I loved her confidence. Then there's another fashion event coming up, which is also one of the biggest fashion events in Nigeria, or should I say Africa, coming up really, and the auditions are on. And actually what's spurring this conversation was this girl's audition where she came forward and said, hey guys, I want you all to pick me. And it's true. I love the way she called out the fashion industry because it's not just, you know, addressing that particular event, but the fashion industry generally in Africa. How many fashion designers actually put plus-size models on the runway?
A lot of designers. I would say a lot of designers because I've actually struggled with this. Last year, I remember particularly my designers were telling me, please, we want big girls. We want girls that have flesh. We don't want skinny girls on the, because our clothes won't fit them. Because most of the designers, especially the ones that actually make couture, they actually want girls that are more curvy because of the kind the dresses we're actually seeing in the industry right now.
And plus-sized are two different conversations.
Yes, of course, definitely.
Because they're plus-sized to from 18 to 22.
Yes.
That is a bracket of a lot of women fit into
I'll also
that bracket.
Set this background, right? We need to also understand that, yeah, fashion wasn't an African thing initially, right? The idea of fashion, I mean, commercialized fashion was not an African thing initially. And then where it came from, they were skinny models. Also now, another justifiable reason or way of thinking about it is that when models are selected, you think about the age range of people. And I think of a typical Nigerian girl in that age range, which is usually like 16
the people
and all of that.
Yes,
of course, they are not the ones. They'll tell you that they are not the ones that wear the clothes, but they are the ones that have the time to be in that type of career as modeling. Do you understand?
I think it's more of the mindset.
So for me, I would say
that.
For me, I would say that the most important thing for any young lady, or even for any individual, old, young, is to be healthy.
And I think
that's the most important. You should not forget that your being healthy is what is most important.
Yes, of
you
course.
can be skinny and sick. You can be fat and sick.
Yes.
But if you're healthy,
you can be fat and healthy.
You can be
fat and sick.
But there's a level of fatness that honestly is
size.
not healthy, and we need to be
Yes,
also
we are
aware. That's why the fact we're being woke. We also know that inclusion as well in the fashion scene now includes older people.
Yes,
older people.
So we have to take a break right now. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us. Let's have your feedback. #Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across all social media platforms at TVC Entertainment _.